So at the high school, we had an online enrollment the way we've done the past couple of years. Thanks to Bobby, it was a pretty streamlined process this year. There's a new database, or whatever he's got going with it.
Go over that microphone over there, sorry. The audience of
So the process is easier now, especially from the office standpoint, because it was last year it was kind of thrown into folders and you had to look through stuff. Now it's thrown in with the grades. It's alphabetical with all the tabs. It shows what is there. So really appreciate him doing that. Miss Rashford and Miss Mooring, great job with all of the schedules. Everybody has a schedule that's made. We've been working through some changes. We don't have a whole lot of flexibility, but we're doing all that. Kids have been getting their schedules. I think most of them have been picked up with their Chromebooks. I had a parent meeting last Tuesday, pretty good turnout with that. I had it in the gym. Thank you for the AC, that we could do that and spread out a little bit. So that was good. We talked about that's really important for the freshman parents, but I invited all parents. Mr. Jennings, I know they were there, just to kind of cover it. Just policies and things like that I think are really good for reminders, eligibility, attendance, absences, things like that. And then we talked about some stuff that would happen later on throughout their career. I'm going to skip a little bit on the order if y'all are following along. I'm going to go to that bottom paragraph first. Teachers back today and had our faculty meeting. That was great. Morale was great. Everybody's ready to come back. Thank you to the cheerleaders. They're decorating. If you see, it's not completed yet, but they're working. They were up here last week. Freshmen were up here today getting after it. Activities are going on. We got softball gone. Football practice has started today. Varsity is going to be here just after this meeting. Let's see, band has had their band camp last week, and I know they've been super busy. And then you have the dates for our football openers and the scrimmages. The opener with the first scrimmage is going to be at Dibble, then Marlowe is home. So everybody's really excited about that. Changes at the high school, so now back to the middle portion. We changed some people around, so Coach West has taken over that Native American class. We have 4 sections of that now. He's been in coordination with the tribes and getting all that worked out, and it's going to be way better than last year as well as far as the communication and the organization of that class. So when doing that, we have a new staff member, Coach Ryan Bates, right over there. He is taking over our U.S. history sections at the high school. He's the head wrestling coach as well. So we are excited for him to be here. Also, Mr. You're gonna have him, right? Sure. Okay. All right. You got to stay till later, Mr. Bigler. So Miss Lori Gray, new art teacher, so she is over here as well, just down the hall. So really excited about our new staff. They're going to be great additions, and it's going to be a great school year. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
All right. Well, it's good to be back. It's good to get the year started off. Enrollment went very smooth. I'd like to give a great shout out and a thank you to Liz McCartney and Lori Owens for helping with enrollment. A lot of things that Mr. Owens mentioned, I'll be mentioning as well. One person I'll be introducing in a little bit, but Mr. Bigler with our band. I've been following them on social media and the Facebook post. It looks like they've had an awesome camp, and everything seems to be going really well. I love the numbers that we have out in our band program. And, softball's been started for a few weeks now, and we're getting ready to start football practice today. So all our kids are starting to become involved and ready to get this school year started. 5th grade, we'll have open house tomorrow night from 6 to 7. That's just for them to come meet their teachers and kind of understand the middle school layout and how things are going to go. Just want to say I appreciate Ed, Jeremy, Wayne, and Kevin Birch, and everybody who worked hard this summer to get things ready. Also got to brag on our superintendent's office staff, Shelly and Candy. I kind of messed something up in regards with Candy, and she just fixed it and had a great attitude, and I just want to thank her for that. But also, Renee, I want to thank you for everything, all you've done for us and helping me and everybody else. So thanks, Renee. As far as enrollment goes, we lost a few kids to other schools or things like that, but then we got just as many in. So I don't think our numbers have really changed all that much. I probably need to go back and look at these, but here's kind of tentatively what I have on class sizes, and I'll update it next month. 5th grade has 61 students. It's definitely one of our small ones at 61. 6th grade has 64. and I know that's wrong. It's probably more like 70 now because I got 5 new sixth graders in one day. So sixth grade probably has 70. Seventh grade has 65 students, and eighth grade's our big class with 75 students. So we have a total of about 270 kids in our middle school, 5th through 8th. Again, I'm sure that'll change, but I'll update it as we need to. I had our middle school staff meeting today. All that went real well. Talked about procedures and things for the upcoming year. They were responsive, and I think it's going to go well. We talked about our vision and plan for the school year. And like I said, I'm just optimistic about it and the way things are going. New staff members. I got a few this year, and I want to go ahead and introduce them. I know that we talked about them some earlier board meetings when they were hired, but let's put a face to a name here. Mr. Blade Bigler, he's going to be over our band department, our band program. Ms. Tracy Doolin, right there, is going to do our 8th grade math and 7th grade math. And then Miss Lori Gray is going to come back to us to lead our art program, our art. So 3 great teachers, veteran in a good way. It's going to give a lot back to our kids and make us a better school. So appreciate all 3 of you and look forward to working with you this year. Thank you.
Thank you.
This much better. It has been a busy summer. It seems like it has. I don't think I got a lot done, but it seems like it's been really busy. I dealt with textbook things all summer. It seemed like we haven't adopted a reading series. I taught 1st grade when we had this reading series. I think this is my 13th year as principal. Cole is a sophomore in college, and I had taught the reading series 2 years before I had him. So that's how long we've had our reading series. So teachers were very excited to be able to adopt, and I appreciate them because they babied these books and we took care of them, and we're holding our breath that we're going to be able to adopt a series. And it was very important because you have it for 6 years. For the duration. So it went well into the summer before we were deciding, and we adopted Houghton Mifflin, Harcourt, and K through 4. It was kind of important that I just felt like we all needed to try to get on the same page just for as far as our kids, so that you couldn't say, well, that grade level didn't teach this. So there was some consistency and some flow. Wasn't a have to, but we did. So I just felt like I was kind of dealing with that all summer, but it's a good thing, and we're still getting those books, getting the training in that. We adopted also a dyslexia reading screener that accompanied that, which is a mirror, because this year with reading sufficiency, we're required to screen our kids with a dyslexia screener. So we have that in place, and Patty Hunt will be our reading specialist. So we're most excited about this because the screener's always kind of been separate, where we screen the kids and then you think, well, let's put these interventions in place. The good thing about the reading series that we adopted is it's a partner company, so the teachers can benchmark the kids. It kind of shares data between the programs, so it kind of places them in kind of creates a prescriptive path for them. So Patty will be working on that end with the Amira, where we can track the kids, track their progress. And I like that it's prescriptive because I feel like a lot of times with reading, which I as a teacher did the same thing, you focus on those lower readers because you want to bring them up, that we forget about these up here. And this program is really good because it even helps those kids. It takes those kids that are here and it accelerates their levels too. So it's built to, it's a prescriptive program for the kids. So we're excited about it. We're all in it to learning it. We're going to be doing a professional development on it Wednesday. And this company is really good because they do ongoing professional development with us. So we're really excited about that. But it was just a big task getting everything that we need, making sure we have everything we need. But it's a good problem to have. So I felt like I was on the phone all summer with that. But it's a good problem, and we appreciate that. We had a lot of changes with our staffing, which I felt like I'm not used to anybody ever leaving. So I felt like they're going, really? And I'm like, no, nobody, I don't ever have to deal with this. So but it was a lot of just shifting people, and it was a good problem and a bad problem. You know, we didn't have to fill positions because you don't want to just hire. I don't want to hire just anybody. I mean, I know that if we have to, we have to. We want the best person for our kiddos, but I think it worked out the way it was supposed to. We were able to shift some positions because of our enrollment. And then, so Bree, who taught pre-K last year, went to kindergarten when we lost Vonda. Then Tanya Weldon, who is a reading specialist on staff already, which Patty Hunt was hired as a fourth grade teacher, was going to teach fourth, and then Tanya expressed interest in moving to fourth grade. It was not intended for Patty to be a reading specialist here, but Tanya said, hey, I want to do this. And sometimes we need a change, and that's okay, you know, to do that. So, because she's had experience. She taught fifth for us here. She taught first grade. She taught second grade, so she has that teaching experience, and she'll do a really good job. And fits in well with that team also. Will be a good resource for them. So she shifted, so that was getting those two positions. So really, out of all of that, we hired one. Patty Hunt, and I think she's going to be phenomenal with her knowledge and what she can bring. And the good thing about it, she's learning the program right along with us. So that's a good thing also. Tammy Johnson moved to pre-K. She just needed a change. Michelle Curtis wanted to move to kindergarten just to change. Sometimes change is good, I think. So that's just a lot of shifting. Our pre-K adopted a different reading series because they didn't offer pre-K and the reading series that we had. So it's Super Kids, and it's really also a very good reading program too. John Slater approached me this summer about the Masonic Lodge doing a fundraiser to get us a flagpole. The flagpoles always really bothered me. No, we haven't had time to do it, and it was a big task to get the cable and things. And you know, years ago we used to have the kids take it down, fold it, understand the importance of it, even when I taught fourth grade here. So it's something on his heart that he wanted to do. So they painted the flagpole, fixed the cables, bought us a flag. And I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about that. I just think that's really important for our kiddos. And they painted the basketball goals, the metal basketball goals, put the metal nets on them, and then also gave us a tetherball pole. So thank you to them for that. Very appreciated. It's the small things, but that are really so very big. So we appreciate that. And then I with Jeff, and I'm sure that Trey's mentioned it too, with our custodial staff, they worked hard all summer. Maintenance has worked hard. Just I know Mr. Morning said today we haven't gotten everything done that we wanted to do, but our teachers, you know, I just said have some grace. Just have some understanding, because something, you know, priorities, you don't understand why we do things in the order that we do, but things will be done. And also Bobby and Alexander and Brody Rogers, they've worked very hard on our technology. And with this reading program, it also brings in a lot. We have a digital aspect to it, so he's on the ground running with that, you know. And the Amira also has a digital aspect to it, so you know that's going to be a big task for him too. And he's in there trying to get everything done that we needed to do. Well, our elementary meet and greet will be tomorrow night from 5 to 7, and that's just a chance for the kiddos to drop off their supplies. Corey's made us a photo backdrop so the kids can get their pictures made in front of that. Tonight, and that's actually where I've been helping. Maudie Huggins does a great job with our clothing closet. And we moved the old. We weren't having as many older kids coming over there. I don't know if it was because of the difference in the buildings. So I think that Val Stout and some of them moved some of the bigger sizes over here. But we are so stocked. I mean, she said we cannot take any more. So I, you know, put something out. Just said, hey, we're good for now. But she's so organized. She and some ladies from her church the other day were over there just organizing it. It looks great. But I talked to her about opening up just for kids to do back to school shopping, because we did have some families and there were some over there tonight. So we've opened it up from 4 to 7 tonight. And I think periodically, depending, because we had some donations of some brand new clothes. There's coats. I mean, it's stocked. So just periodically kind of seeing how this goes and opening it up maybe once a month or so for an hour, or, you know, maybe kind of getting some feedback on what days of the week. And she just had it open. I went over there. Look, she really didn't need my help. She wanted to be over there doing it. I'd offered to do it, and she goes, no, I want to do it. And that's out of the goodness of her heart. I'm just a great person, and those ladies have helped out over there, so we appreciate all of that. And having people like that in our community that care that much about our kids. Enrollment, we have 40 pre-Kers. I think I have 4 on the waiting list. 76 first graders, 72 second graders, 76 kindergartners, 72 first graders, 65 we are at our capacity with second grade's the only grade that level that I'm at, and then 60 third and 66 fourth graders. And I think I did have 2 more enroll in my third grade this afternoon that I didn't get in there. So we still have kids coming in also, so that's a good problem to have also. So, but thank you for all you do. Appreciate you, every one of you. Thank you.
I will say, Stephen and Patty Hunt, who are in her building, I told them not to be here because there's a softball game, and obviously he's the head softball coach. And she's the mama, so they have a daughter playing, so they're not here tonight. But they wanted to have you guys know how appreciative they are to be here.
We're very appreciative to have all of you folks here. Thank you very much.
You guys are welcome to go now.
Thanks.
Thank you all. Just table it, yeah.
Okay, item number 4, recommend, discuss, and vote to approve or not approve the 1,080-hour school year as required annually by the State Department of Education for 2022-2023 school year.
This is another one of those yearly deals where we can either choose for our calendar hours or days, and hours gives us a lot more flexibility in inclement weather and other things. So it's a lot. Most, I would guess, 95 to almost 100% of schools choose the hours option. This is what allowed us to, I think we had 6 snow days last year, and we had to make up 3 of them, but 3 of them we didn't because of this hours option, because we go quite a few hours over that 1,080.
Lee? Jennifer? Yes. Jeremy? Yes. Item number 5, recommend, discuss, and vote to approve or not approve participation in the Take 2 Alternative Education Program for the 2022-2023 school year.
This is just our alternative education contract. We co-op with Ardmore every year, and it's been a good deal for us because we also partner with the Career Tech, so students can ride the Career Tech bus to Take 2. So we do this every year.
Lee? Jennifer? Yes. Jeremy? Yes. Item number 6, board consider take action on the appointment of Stephen L. Smith as financial consultants to the school district fiscal year 2022-2023. I understand we're still waiting on some of that paperwork, so we'll table that. Item number 7, recommend, discuss, and vote to approve or not approve the contract for secondary career technology education program for the 2022-2023 school year.
This is another yearly thing that we approve for programs like our VOAG, our technology here at the high school, and our technology classes that Mr. Foster teaches at the middle school. They give us a little extra funding for those.
Lee? Jennifer? Yes. Jeremy? Yes. Item number 8, recommend, discuss, and vote to approve or not approve the bids for food service management company.
We sent out 5 bids, and we received 3 declines, and we got 2 bids, one from Keystone Food Services and one from OPA. After looking at the bids, I would suggest that we go with OPA, who is our current provider.
Right out. I'll second. Lee? Yes. Jennifer? Yes. Jeremy? Yes. Item number 9, vote to convene and proposed executive session pursuant to OS Section 307B 2 and 3 and 70 OS Section 5 through 118 of the Open Meetings Act to discuss items 9A through 9C. I'll make a motion to enter executive session. Lee? Jennifer? Yes. Jeremy? Yes. Item number 10, acknowledge the board's return to open session. Board of Education returned from executive session at 7:30 p.m. Board met in executive session to discuss items 9A through 9C. As authorized by 25 OS Section 307B1, present in executive session were all board members and the superintendent. No action was taken by the Board of Education. Item number 11, statement of minutes of executive session. There were no minutes taken. Item number 12, recommend, discuss, and vote to approve or not approve the employment of the following for the 2022-2023 school year. Item 12A being the custodian. Motion to approve.
Second.
Lee? Jennifer?
Yes.
Doc?
Yes.
Jeremy? Yes. All right, item number 13, recommend, discuss, and vote to approve or not approve the resignation of Renee Baxter, the business manager, Tara Kaufman, paraprofessional. I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Lee?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
Doc?
Yes.
Jeremy? Yes. Item 14, recommend, discuss, and vote to approve or not approve Shelley Bumgarner as the encumbrance clerk for the 2022-2023 school year.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Lee?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
Doc?
Yes.
Jeremy? Yes. Item 15, recommend, discuss, and vote to approve or not approve Candy Caraway as the payroll clerk, insurance coordinator, school treasurer, and minutes clerk for the 2022-2023 school year.
Second.
Lee?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
Doc?
Yes.
Jeremy? Yes. Item 16, recommend, discuss, and vote to approve or not approve certificate municipal order to the Murray, Garvin, and Carter County clerks and county treasurers to pay funds to the treasurer, Candy Caraway. Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Lee?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
Doc?
Yes.
Jeremy? Yes. Item 17, recommend, discuss, and vote to approve or not approve the addition of Candy Caraway to all signature cards on all school bank accounts. Motion to approve. Lee?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
Doc?
Yes.
Jeremy? Yes. Item 18, superintendent's report.
Today was our first day back with teachers, and it was a fun day. We all met in the cafeteria this morning. Vision Bank fed us breakfast, and then we went over to Crossway Church in Sulphur and did a 2-hour professional development on Project Aware and the discipline referral process and how to streamline that and to make it, have basically there's minor offenses and there's major offenses and how to designate those and how to report those and collect data on those and try to help us, notice trends in discipline and be able to recognize trends and try to figure out maybe ways to curb some discipline issues. The presenter actually talked about a school that she was working with that had a lot of discipline referrals during 4th hour. And they found out 4th hour, I guess the detention was like, I don't know, at the end of 4th hour, so I don't know the school schedule. But the detention room was right next to the cafeteria, and if you got detention, you were the first one in line to get hot fries or something like that. So we talked about different ways to, recognize trends in discipline and what we can do about that and recognize, ways that we might be able to work with students who are quote unquote our discipline problems, find out reasons or causes for why they might be a discipline problem because, everybody comes to our school with different backgrounds and different, things that they've done in their life and ways that they're raised. We talked about a student, the presenter talked about another student that was interesting. The student's mom was taught, if the student doesn't come home with something every day, then they got in trouble. So they would eat half their meal and come home with the other half, or they'd steal something to bring it home to mom, and that was just an everyday occurrence, and that was okay in that family. It was a norm. So talking about how, you know, our way of raising our kids, you know, isn't the same way. It's not right or wrong, but it's not the same way that other people do. And when a student comes into your classroom, you know, and has one set of values or beliefs, how you can help them to realize, you know, that's not how we do it, and we understand that, and what are ways that we can solve that problem. So like in that student's case, you know, they would give the student a, you know, a little food to take home or something else so that student could eat all their meal, and just different ways that we can, you know, head off discipline issues or get to the root cause of the discipline. So it was a good deal today. Some other things we talked about, I opened up our meeting with safety and security issues, and I've got a newspaper article coming out in our newspaper. We're not, and it might not be, the public might not appreciate it a whole lot, but I did talk about how we've had 3 meetings to address safety and security, and how we are doing a lot of different measures that we haven't done, some of the things that we've talked about, but I didn't go into details, because it's like if you go into details, you know, you're educating people that might want to do harm at school on right and wrong ways to do things. So, you know, I have talked about how we're looking to improve our entrances and exits and locking systems and different things like that, but I didn't go into a lot of detail, because like I told the staff today, all it takes is, you know, one, say, a high schooler that goes through our drills and says, and can, you know, see the school's weaknesses and strengths and what you do, and we have to go through those drills, we have to change them up all the time, but we don't want every little security measure that we're doing, you know, public knowledge. So we discussed that in depth. The gym, the roofers were here today staging the area. The main gym roof is going to be, they say it will be finished by Thursday at the latest. They said that they should be able to get it Tuesday, Wednesday. So that'll be good. They won't come back and do the rest of the gym until 45 to 60 days. They're still waiting on the red membranes too, but they are going to get us dried in the gym. We're going to take a lot of the venting and holes that we don't need anymore now that we have an HVAC units and everything, so that should streamline it up. I'm still pretty hopeful that we'll get to wrap the gym in red also, so that's good. The underground, we're going to go a different route with the contractor on the underground, so I think we're going to try to contract that ourselves, because the timing of it, the time has been terrible. Gas lines, our side of the gas lines are finished. O&G should be here next week or the week after. It's crazy how in school stuff, you sit here all summer and we haven't had, you know, we've just had a skeleton crew of employees, no students, nothing gets done. Then last week I get a call from the roofers, the underground people, and the gas company, and they'll say they'll be here the middle of August as soon as we get all of our students and staff back. But it's all kind of coming in to play now. You know, we've had some water issues along some sidewalks, and we still have a couple sidewalk areas, but I think we've graded the issues down to the drain. There's a drain on the northwest corner of the elementary school. I think maybe that has helped. If it doesn't, we may look at coming back and doing some French draining and some stuff there, but we've shot it and done some stuff with the elevation to hopefully bring that water down. The only other message that I wanted to get besides safety and security to the staff today was professional development. We didn't do much last year because of the wind farm fiasco and all that stuff, but I felt like, and I talking to teachers, feel like they don't feel like they got much better this last year, because it's always important to go out and see what other schools are doing or new ideas and different, like when you guys will go to the state school board conference in a couple weeks. It's always good to see what other people are doing and not be in your shell. And last year, you know, I felt like I was in my shell because I wasn't going to go out and do stuff and have the school pay for me to go do something. And teachers would kind of tighten our belts, but I feel like if we're not doing that, our students can suffer by us not bringing back new ideas to the classroom. So we're going to try to start getting out there and going into some professional developments and doing some things, because our kids only get one shot at this. So we've got to get out there and make our name known and things that we do known as well too. I was at a softball, I guess, scrimmage festival or something, and one of the schools, one of the coaches and another athletic director for the school was bragging about they're starting to do a media deal and a esports deal, and I'm like, oh, well, we've been doing that for 4 years in Davis. So part of getting out there and doing professional development is getting out there what we do good too. So we're really going to start encouraging our people to get out there more like we have done, and we have done that not last year, but the years before that. If it can help kids, we try to get teachers to go to it. So that's one thing that I would like for our teachers to start doing. And I talked to them about the difference between professional development and required trainings. Like, required trainings are like stuff the legislature, the State Department says that we have to do, bloodborne pathogens, civil rights, different things like that. And I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about the things that are actually gonna make you a better classroom teacher and effective educator. So, that's some of the things that I would like to see us doing this year, is getting out there and getting our people out there to get more trainings and expand their horizons and bring stuff back to us, so. I think that's it.
Thank you, Martin. Item 19, new business.
I have none.
Item 20, motion to adjourn.
Second.
Lee?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
Doc?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Yes.